if a refugee is coming,
Right.
a trans-identifying person is coming and is sitting in the pews, and if a Christian worldview says God has created male and female, and that's good, and
Right.
that we should live according to the way that God has created us, might a trans-identifying person who's worshiping in the body be something that's confusing to children that themselves are developing and may not understand?
Yeah, if refugees come in, and the same thing would be true, incidentally, about drug addicts and sex offenders and transgender people. If you're letting refugees in, they might be tracking stuff in, and you don't want your 5-year-old or your 7-year-old to be having to deal with that soon in their life, right? So there's several responses to that. Number one is when you're welcoming refugees in, if they look like something the cat drug in, they're just, and it's going to take a while to get them straightened up and so forth, you would tell them, look, you're most welcome here, but part of the deal is we're going to be teaching our kids how not to go down your road. We're going to be explaining that. Yeah, I hope you understand. Yeah, that's true. The second thing is, as my son wrote in his book, Tilt-A-Whirl, the world is rated R, and nobody's checking ID, right? The kids that are in church are going to be encountering all of this stuff on television, on the internet, on billboards, conversations on the playground. And what you're doing in the church is you're welcoming refugees into an environment that is dominated by the Word of God. So, yeah, you shouldn't welcome someone in and let the kids figure out what's going on by themselves. It's got to be a teaching moment, right? Yeah. You've got to say, now, kids, this is, I need to explain what's happening with Mr. Schwartz and why Mr. Schwartz looks the way he does. People who don't love Jesus sometimes get themselves in an awful mess, and he's cried out to the Lord. He's come in. We've baptized him. He's welcome. We love him, but you're not going to go down that road. And let me explain how that road works, right? So it's a teaching moment.
Yes.
You don't just let kids figure it out.
I really like that. I really like the welcoming nature of that, the loving nature of that, and the instruction that's happening forthrightly.
But it's got to be a tough welcome.
Yeah.
It's not liberalism loves to throw open the doors of the church. All are welcome, no questions asked ever. Well, no.
That you're doing it, saying you're most welcome here. We need to teach our children about what it is that God says about how God has created us to be.
Right.
I think that's great.